So every Halloween, Once Upon a Book Club puts out 2 boxes, a sweet and a scary one. And I got them both. Today we are going to start unboxing and reading the sweet edition. It's quite thick. Here's a peek inside the box, and it looks like we have 4 presents in there. Quite substantial ones too. So the book for this one is My Roommate is a Vampire by Jenna Levine. And this is supposed to be a cross of the Flatshare and Twilight. So they're going to be sharing an apartment. So I don't know if this is going to be just like the Flatshare, where one works during the day and one works at night, so they don't see each other for a very long time, or not. I would assume it must have that aspect. And I am really looking forward to it. And I can't wait to find out what is in the presents, because I got the boxes in 2021 and I really liked them. In fact, that witch's sign right there came in, I think, the sweet box. So I'm curious to see what'll be there. Hopefully I'll get some new Halloween decor out of the experience. All right, so it looks like our first gift is on page 121 of this cozy romance. So I am going to start reading this, and once I get to that little post-it telling me to open a gift, I will come back, let you know what I think of the book up to that point, and I will open up the gift together. I am really looking forward to this. All right, I will see y'all later on. I finally got to start My Roommate is a Vampire by Jenna Levine. I am reading this for Bingo Maze, and I have come to my first gift. So I am quite a ways into the book. I think on page 120. So I've definitely gotten a feel for it by now. It's a romantic comedy debut. There are really great moments in here. I have found myself chuckling quite a few times at our little vampire, Mr. Fitzwilliam. I find him just adorable. Although, I'm wondering if the author made a bad choice with giving him the name Fitzwilliam, because a lot of expectation comes with that. You know, it instantly brings Darcy to mind, and that's a very high standard to live up to. And he does a pretty good job, but I find him, I find myself comparing him to actual Darcy. I'm going, well, he wouldn't speak that way. He would know better. And that's not fair to our little vampire here, because he is charming and he cracks me up. So I'm unsure about our main character. What's her name? Cassie. I like her for the most part. She is an artist, and her style of art just is not my cup of tea at all. And every time it's talked about, which isn't a lot, it's, a big proponent of who she is, but it's not like it's cramming the art angle down your throat or anything. But I do find myself getting pulled out of the story quite a bit, and that's affecting my enjoyment of the book. At this point, I'm kind of on the fence with it. Haven't really been wowed, but it's not terrible either. I am enjoying myself, so we will see how it plays out. She is just now learning that he is a vampire, and that is not a spoiler, because it's clearly stated on the cover, and it's, on the back. She's going to have to find out at one point or another, but it does take quite a bit. Oh, the other thing that I'm kind of struggling with my expectations for the book is, being that this is the spooky selection for Once Upon a Book Club, Halloween, I'm missing that Halloween element. It is set in October, but there is zero reference to Halloween or fall or anything like that. And again, that's just probably an unfair expectation that I had for the book based on my first experience with the Halloween editions from Once Upon a Book Club. I got it the year, I got it in 2021, so year before last, and it was screaming Halloween. So I was expecting another, over the top Halloween story to where I could really indulge in the holiday. And that's not the case with this one. all of that aside, let's just get to the first gift and see if maybe I get my Halloween love from that. So let me find it. It is quite a thick box. It would have to be this one. Okay, it looks like the gifts are going to come really close together, and then there's going to be a long stretch. Because this one says 121, and then we've got 125 and 140 something. Okay, let's see what's in here. Give me something Halloween related. Okay. I take everything back. This is so cool, and I know my daughter is going to steal it. It's a purse shaped like a coffin. No, casket. So it has the extra. This is a casket. How cool is this? I got my Halloween vibes. And it's a good, sturdy, probably pleather. So this is Cassie's purse. And we have a strap. I know. My daughter is so going to steal this. And that's okay. Because honestly, I doubt I would carry it. I like my Coach bags. But this would be so fun if you were going to like a Halloween party or something. So let's see how the strap does. It's got really, they're sturdy and very cool. They're on a swivel, so it's not going to tangle. I like that detail. So I probably should have closed my blinds. Sorry about the weird lighting. It's obviously morning still. So the strap is adjustable, so you can... How cute is that? Let me back up. How cute is that? I love it. Yeah, I just love this. Okay, I am impressed. And now I am really excited to continue reading and to see what else is in this box. I hope it lives up to the standard that our coffin casket purses started. Okay, I'm going to go read, and apparently I'll be back in just a few pages. So, bye. I'm back already. I think it's been a total of 5 minutes. And I just read the cutest scene in a coffee shop ever. I think he's trying to order a coffee, and it was gold. I loved it. So we're already up to the next gift, which was page 125, 4 pages later. So let's find out what this one is. Oh, they're in a coffee shop, as I mentioned. And I'm sure this will be a coffee mug. My daughter is obsessed with coffee mugs. In fact, so much so that they are banned from my house because I am running out of cabinet space because she keeps filling them with all these mugs. So she's going to end up taking this too. I think I bought this box for her. Unknowingly. That's usually how it goes with our kids, right? And I don't drink coffee. Okay, let's see what it is. Oh, I love it. I don't think I'm going to show her. I don't know if I'm showing her this one. It might be safe because it is on the smaller side and she likes her big coffee cups. She eats cereal, soup, ice cream, everything out of a coffee cup. But this is a cauldron. So I think I might just save this as a Halloween decoration. This is cool. It's going on my bookshelf. I am loving the gifts. And it's very sturdy and thick. It's not a cheap plastic thing. It's definitely ceramic. It has some heft to it. It's a cauldron mug. Oh, and on the little guest check, like if you would get at a diner or something. But I love that. Okay, I'm having fun with this now. I'm going to get back into the book. I think the next one is in like 20 pages, so it won't be long. Of course, for you it won't be long, but it won't be long for me either. Okay, bye. Okay, I'm already back. I think it's been maybe 10, 15 minutes, and we've got our next gift. So we're all the way up to page 143 now. This one is wrapped in plastic. Okay, they do corresponded notes a lot of the time, just like they do in the Flatshare. And he always seals his with a wax seal, so they added that little touch. And it even has his initials on it. Kind of cool. And here was the note from the story. I'm just going to recycle that. It is a cool touch, though. Okay, so we've got this. Arthur and Brothers is the actual art supply store that he bought them from. It's colored pencils, a set of 24. The box is magnetic. They're a pretty set of pencils. Okay, I thought it might be 2 layers deep, but it's not. It's sitting on foam. So let me grab the blue one, and we will check it for how well it colors. We'll use there. Wow. It's really pigmented. These are actually good quality. I like this. They're not labeled with a color or a number or anything, but I am very happy with this set. I will use these. This is really turning out to be a great box gift-wise. I haven't really progressed any farther in the book. You know, it's only another, what, 20 pages since I last checked in, so they're still doing their thing, trying to integrate him into society. Well, I'm warming up to it a little. I'm still not fully invested in it. So we will see. We'll continue on. The next gift isn't for almost another 200 pages. Is page 336, towards the very end of the book. So I will be back with y'all when I reach that point. So I finished it. The last gift is on the next to the last page. So let's talk about the book first, and then we will open that final present. This one missed the mark for me. I just think it was like midway through. I was just going, no. I can see where the potential was there. I never connected with the characters, and I didn't really buy them as a couple. And for a rom-com, you know, it's kind of important. You know, obviously he's a vampire. And a tiny bit of a spoiler, he had been in a coma for 100 years, so he's out of touch with modern day, and that's where she comes in to help him blend in with society. And well, I think they were going for cute and funny, and there were some instances where that did hit the mark. It just made him seem almost like an imbecile, and it was just like, really? He couldn't figure out that on his own, you know. So that part of it, I don't think worked at all. I could see what they were going for, but it definitely missed the mark. And the vampire aspect of it seemed kind of like an afterthought. It was barely a factor. And I know I mentioned before, by using the name Fitzwilliam for him, I think they did themselves a disservice. You know, you bring forward the Fitzwilliams, you get the Darcy connection, obviously, and that sets the bar really high. So I expected a lot more from him, and I think he was a very flat character. He could have been really likable. I didn't see a connection between them at all. And our main character, Cassie, she was, you know, down on herself, like, I'm a failure, I can't do this. After a while, it got really boring. I mean, she wasn't like doing it constantly. She wasn't whiny or anything like that. But after a while, it was just like, okay, yeah. So the characters felt very flat for me. And of course, you know, he appreciated her, and that gave her confidence in herself, which normally, you know, I like that stuff. I'm definitely one who is more than willing to just go along with a story. And I'm like, you know, it doesn't have to be a word-running, groundbreaking. As long as it's an entertaining story, I am there 100%. And this one, I just couldn't gel with the characters. It does have some spicy scenes, and I think at the beginning I called this a cozy romance. It is not. It gets quite steamy, and those were probably the best scenes in the whole book. When they're together in the bedroom, and then they definitely, they work as a couple, and those scenes were really good. But the rest of it, outside of that, I just, they felt more like acquaintances for me that didn't necessarily have a reason to move forward farther than that. I think that part of the relationship wasn't really fleshed out enough. And then it just jumps to them, you know, jumping into bed, and there was a disconnect. There was a step or two missing. Like I said, it just, Fitzwilliam almost comes across like an idiot. And he, you know, so while it sounds like I'm coming down on this book really hard, it's not a bad book. And I bet there are a ton of people who would actually really enjoy it. It just wasn't for me. I just never made that connection. In fact, I'm going to look and see if it's just me. Okay, yeah, one of the reviews said that the main character, her insecurities, and she gets all of her self-worth from her relationship. I definitely saw that, and I think that was one of the issues I had with her. And I'm not opposed, you know, that's not something that normally bothers me in a book. But like I said, all of their conversations and everything felt really surface level and superficial, unless it was somehow centered around how great she was. And I think that's what started to get to me. And whether that's all their conversations actually were or not, I don't know. It may just have been what I focused on. I hope that makes sense, you know, because sometimes things will stick out in a book for you more than other things, to where the rest of it you don't really notice, and you just kind of zone in on the end. I think that's what I started to zone in towards the second part of the book, because the first part I was really kind of enjoying it. It is campy and it's lighthearted and funny, and you know, it's by no means meant to take itself seriously. It's supposed to be a fun little romp, and it looks like in Storygraph it's got 3.6, and a lot of people really enjoyed it, you know, as long as you're going into it for surface level. But I just feel like it fell flat for me, and I think it was the characters. And it got, they threw in a little subplot towards the end, which was just over the top ridiculous, and it was resolved in like, I think 4 or 5 pages, and that could have been left out. So anyway, that was my take on it. So I'm not saying you wouldn't enjoy it. It just wasn't for me, and I will be unhauling this one. We do have another gift to open, though. Little bitty. The box is cute with a little ghost on it. Got a velvet box with a ring that was not seated in there. Actually, that's kind of pretty. So it's a red stone. It's actually not bad. It's got some, I don't think you can, So it's got some weight to it. You know, it's not just a flimsy cheap piece of plastic. So not bad. I just don't wear any other jewelry other than my wedding ring. And I don't know. I don't want to get it stuck on my finger. I'm feeling it would fit my ring finger perfectly, but I am not taking this off for this. So there. If it had been in the box properly, then... And I'll bet you'll never guess what this signified in the book. You know, it was on the next to the last page. So the book was, I'd say, a solid 3.5. I didn't hate it as much as it may have sounded like it. It's just something that I won't read again, and it just kind of missed the mark for me. It wasn't bad. I wasn't hating the reading experience. It was just, The gifts. Yeah, we have the casket purse and the cauldron, the ring, of course, and the box of awesome colored pencils. I say that the gifts are a definite 5. They did a great job, which is what I was expecting. So glad I wasn't disappointed in that. And my daughter did compensate this right away. I tried to take this, but I told her no. So she was going to add it to her coffee collection. But in the cup, these legs are hollow. So she loves Fruity Pebbles. And those would have gotten stuck in the legs. And I'm not washing that. Plus, I want to use this on my shelves as a decoration. Or even a pen holder. So I am claiming this for me. And I just looked. As of October 28th, they still have this box available. And it looks like the spooky one is available too. I plan to start that one tomorrow. So you can keep an eye out for that unboxing video and reading vlog. Hopefully it'll be up before Halloween. If not, then right after. So I hope y'all enjoyed this. Have a happy Halloween. I'm going to go clean all this up. And I hope to see you soon. Bye now.